Hey, everybody, I'm John Granado. That's Lance Zerline. You can hear us mornings on ESPN 97.5 and 92.5. If you haven't hit subscribe, please do so you get all of our content here at SportsMap HOU. Lance, Carlos Correa is back at Minute Maid Park this week. Charlie Palillo wrote an article for SportsMap this week, pointed out that by the numbers, Correa would be the fifth best hitter on this Astros team. And we looked at his numbers. We kind of feel like he's not a $30 million a year player. Now, he wants top player money, but is he even a top four player on this team? Even with Jeremy Pena's 3-month slide, can we all finally agree the Astros did the right thing? I mean, we've been saying that for a while. The Jeremy Pena deal is much better. They made the right choice with Jeremy Pena.
Yeah, no, they made the right choice because there's that choice is going to have an impact on Kyle Tucker, on Yordan Alvarez, your ability to be competitive with them with Fromber. So that decision to let Carlos walk, I think, was the right decision from the standpoint of length of contract potentially with what Carlos was looking for. And then, secondarily, you could take a look at what the Astros are going to have to do to stay the course of being the Astros, which is being the top team in the American League. And the best way to do that is making sure that you can pay core players. You had George Springer leave, and you understood it. Carlos leaving was tough, but you also understood that because the price tag just got to be too high. You're going to have to go in, and the Astros' MO is to go in early and do contracts early to extend windows on guys. And the best way to do that is to have money available. And by having Jeremy Pena as your shortstop as opposed to a $33 million a year Carlos Correa, even on a 2 or 3 year deal, it just gives you more leeway. And Justin Verlander. I mean, if you're paying Carlos Correa, are you going to be able to afford Justin Verlander when he opts out?
But Justin Verlander is opting out, and he is going to be out there, so you're going to have to pay him more. You're going to have to pay left field. Michael Brantley's done. He's gone. He's going to be gone. Yuli is going to be gone. I don't care how much he hits in the 2-hole. Yuli is not coming back next year. You got to fill first base as well. You've got a lot of money to spend. You need guys that are going to contribute. I hope contribute at a higher level than Jeremy Pena has been. If Jeremy Pena started this way, this year could have been a disaster. But Jeremy Pena came out of the gate just smoking, and hopefully he gets back to that in the postseason. If Jeremy doesn't hit in the postseason like Carlos did, now we might have a problem here, Lance.
It's funny, we're talking about the Astros made the right move, and then roll into Jeremy Pena's got some issues right now. But, I mean, it is true. They made the right move, and also Jeremy Pena right now is just he's hit a wall. He's hit a rookie wall, and it is a concern because when Maldonado's in a lineup and potentially your center fielder, no matter who your center fielder is, you may not get a lot of hits there. Where is Yordan going to be? Is he going to go back to the standard Yordan? Are we seeing Kyle Tucker turn the corner after a couple of rough months? Is this what we're going to get the rest of the way? And Yuli, is Yuli ready to start hitting with maybe a little bit more pop? Jeremy Pena was one of the guys, John, that was helping to carry the Astros with game-winning hits, along with Yordan was a big part of it. Now both of those guys have stepped back, but you've had Alex Bregman take a major step forward. So it's all about timing with the Astros. The Astros have been great for the most part at having guys hit when they need to hit and the timing coming together. The only time it hasn't worked for them was, the World Series with the Braves. Just Carlos Correa and Yordan just really struggled. Or I know Yordan was the one, I should say, who really struggled last year in the World Series, and I think Carlos did too, if I remember correctly. So you just need Pena to get hot at certain times, and I think things will take care of himself.
Well, I don't know if you can fade it for 2023, though. I mean, Maldonado's contract, his option kicked in. He's going to be back. I think you still got to have a catcher. But I will say this, Justin Verlander even credited Martin Maldonado with making him a better person, a better teammate. He's actually crediting Martin Maldonado.
Wow.
There is something to be said for that in that locker room. Maybe Maldonado is more important to this team than Carlos Correa was. We talk about his leadership and Fromber on the mound and all the mound visits and all the stuff that we talk about with Carlos Correa. Yeah. But the biggest link to this entire organization might be Martin Maldonado. The guys love that dude.
Yeah, I always wondered, before the trade deadline, we talked about would Wilson Contreras be an Astro, and would the Astros be willing to really limit Martin Maldonado's impact on the team. He's a Spanish-speaking catcher with a great rapport with a primarily Spanish-speaking pitching staff, and he gets results. Like, guys get better with him. Now, obviously, shout out to the pitching coaches, Strom, and currently the two that are there right now. But I think Martin Maldonado has been a calming influence. He has a great sense of humor. Guys really love him. And I'll be honest with you, never in my entire life of watching baseball, I've seen some light-hitting Astros catchers. I've seen some light-hitting Astros, period. I have never been more okay with a guy hitting 180 than Martin Maldonado. That would have never been the case ever with any other Astro in the history of watching that team my entire life. And yet Maldonado, for some reason, I'm good with him. I don't have to have him hit 240. If he's at 180, but it's a good 180.
Every once in a while, he comes up with a big hit.
Home run,
and everybody still loves him. He's Machete.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all we can do. There's nothing we can do about it. I followed you on Twitter. Did you know that?
Yeah, it's cool. I bet you follow Jose Urquidy, your girlfriend.
I love Jose Urquidy. Let's show you where I am with Jose Urquidy versus you. What about that guy saying I wanted to trade Jose Urquidy?
Yeah, I mean, who you're talking to?
You're off on this one, pal.